2:20. BBC Schools. Time to Move. Movement and Music Stage 2, broadcast number 12. The contents of today's programme may be found on page 7 in the teacher's notes. Now here's James Dodding.
Hello, children. Make sure you have lots of space around you and stand still. Stand still, please. When you hear the music, punch strongly into the air all around you with your fists, up high, to the sides, down low. Stay on the spot, just where you are, as you punch all round. Ready? And stop. This time, try stamping all about. Stamping strongly into the ground, all about the floor. Ready? And stop. And now, let's join those two movements together. Stamping with your feet all about, and punching with your fists into all the spaces. Strong, heavy movements. And keep well spaced out all the time. Keep lots of space round you as you move strongly, punching everywhere. Ready? And stop. Let's try that once more. This time the music will keep stopping. Every time it stops, you stop, quite still, in a strong shape. You'll be able to see if you're well spaced out. Ready to stamp and punch again? Begin now. Hold still in the strong shape. Still and strong. Show how strong you are. And rest and sit, please. After all those strong movements, let's have some smooth, easy movements. Just where you are, let your hands make smooth, twisting patterns in the air, twisting and curling slow patterns in the space all about you. Stay sitting. Ready, a slow, curling hand pattern dance. And rest. Listen. In many parts of the British Isles, there are clever craftsmen who make beautiful things with their skilled hands. There have always been potters making fine pots. There are wheelwrights who make wheels out of wood and metal, and blacksmiths who make horseshoes for the horses in their forge, and many more craftsmen. Let's do some of the movements of the crafts now. First, you're going to be wheelwrights. You're going to make the wheels for the carts. You could be making the center of the wheel out of a big piece of tree trunk, chipping away at it to make it round and the size you want. Or you could make the spokes that fit into it, making them smooth and beautifully shaped. Or you could be fitting on the piece of wood that goes right round the finish off the wheel. You choose which part of the wheel you want to make. Have you chosen? Stand up. Get into a good starting position, ready to make your part of the wheel. The wheelwright. Here's the music. Now, the wheels you've made fit onto a cart that is pulled by a pony. It's all ready for you to ride, so get ready to take your cart and pony for a gallop. Off you go. And whoa! Space out and sit down. Now to become potters. You can either make a pot by using a potter's wheel or by building up layers of clay. If you use a potter's wheel, you will stand and press a pedal up and down with your foot to make the wheel turn. You throw a lump of clay onto the wheel, and then as the wheel spins round, you shape the clay carefully with your hands. You must use lots of water to keep the clay wet, as your hands mold the pot into the shape you want it to be. If you're not using the potter's wheel, let's see how you shape the pot by putting layer upon layer of clay and building up a pot in that way. So everyone get into a good starting position, ready to make a pot. Your teacher should be able to see the shape of your pot by the way you use your hands. Here's the music. And rest. Let's try that again. Before you begin this time, think more carefully about the shape of the pot you're going to make. Perhaps it's a wide bowl, or a tall vase, or a jug with a handle. You think of the shape. Have you thought? Now, put the clay on the wheel and begin to shape it carefully now. And rest. Now, wash your hands to rinse off all the clay. And shake them to get them dry. And sit and listen. Of course, not all the clay shapes were made as pots. Sometimes the potters made ornaments to put on the table or mantelpiece of animals or fruit or people. Now, I've just made 2 ornaments of dancers. A belly dancer with satin slippers who moves about quickly and lightly without making a sound, and a sailor. Do you think you can dance like the ballet dancer or the sailor I've made? You have a try. Stand up. Get ready then. Here's the music. And rest. And sit, please. Now for another craft, the work of the blacksmith. The blacksmith works in a forge. He has a fire where he heats all the metal that he uses to make into horseshoes for the horses, and any other iron tools that the villagers would want in the village. He has a huge pair of iron tongs that he holds the red-hot metal with. He puts the metal onto the anvil, which is an iron block, and then he hammers the hot metal into shape. So now you're going to be blacksmiths. You'll show how you hammer the heated metal into horseshoes for the horses. So stand up and put on your thick leather gloves to protect your hands. Get the tongs to get hold of the heated iron. Now, work away, blacksmiths. Hammer away. And stop for a moment. It's warm work, isn't it? Let's have one more try. You show how hard and how hot the work is as you hammer away at your heated iron strips, fashioning them into horseshoes and even fitting them onto the horse's hooves. Are you ready to try again?
Let's try again.
Hammer away, blacksmiths. And stop. And rest. Now, you're going to choose the craft you like best, being a blacksmith hammering in his forge, a potter making pots of clay, or a wheelwright making wooden wheels. Think first what you'll do. Right. Get into good starting positions, ready to begin. Make your movement really good so that your teacher can guess which craft you've chosen. Ready? And stop. Rest and sit. In little villages all over England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland, you may find a blacksmith in his forge, wheelwrights making wheels, and there are many potters. In some villages in the summer, the folk meet on the village green and the children dance round the maypole. So let's dance round the maypole now. The maypole has lots of coloured ribbons fastened at the top, and as you hold on to one of the streamers and dance around, you can make lovely patterns round the maypole. Let's have the maypole in the middle. Teachers, will you stand in the middle to direct the dance, please? Thank you. Now, everyone make a big circle around the maypole. A big circle around the maypole. Don't hold hands. First, take hold of a coloured streamer fastened to the maypole. Now, let's skip round the maypole. Hold on to your coloured streamer. Teachers, will you show which way round the hall to dance, please? Thank you. Now, is everyone ready to skip? We'll have 16 skips round one way. 16 skips. Ready? Everybody skip. Now, turn and face the other way, and you will now skip 16 steps again. Have you still got hold of your ribbon? Good. So, are you ready? Everybody skip. to finish, still holding your ribbon, you skip round the maypole in the direction your teacher is pointing to finish the dance off. Are you ready? Everybody skip. And rest. And sit for a moment just where you are in the circle. Now let's join all the dance together. So listen carefully. First it's 16 skips round the maypole one way, then 16 skips round the other way. Then, still holding your ribbon and facing the maypole, you swing your ribbon to the music until I tell you to skip again. And then you'll skip all round the maypole to finish the dance. Do you think you can remember it all? Let's try. Your teacher will help you. So, stand up, get hold of your ribbon, and face the way your teacher is pointing. Now, we're all ready to begin. Everybody skip. Turn and skip the other way. Stand still and swing your ribbon. Now, everybody skip. And sit down, please. Well, how did you get on? Perhaps you can have some fun yourselves, dancing your maypole dance in the playground at playtime. Next time, more about craftsmen and customs in our country. Until then, goodbye.
And that ends broadcast number 12 in the series Time to Move, in which the broadcaster was James Dodding. Others taking part were Vera Kanchevich, violin, Anthony Pleath, cello, Wilfred Parry, piano, and James Holland, percussion. The programme was a repeat of Monday's broadcast.